So today is the last day that we don't have Wukong. I will have it tomorrow on reset, and I'll probably try to test it for a couple hours before we get it. And the next time that I play live arena, I will definitely use it one way or another, so it will get pretty interesting then. I have kind of run out of ideas and things to try at this point, so I feel like I'm mostly stuck in my old ways, to be honest. And unless I get new champions or they change something in the game, I don't really see much new ground for me to cover. Yeah, pretty much always I'm gonna pick Nakarada and Rotos. Nowadays there's just no way getting around it since they are my two best champions. But even if they do pick Nakarada, it's not like it's terrible, but it's still generally a good and safe pick to use against anything, so I will still pick it, but it's not like I can't fight against teams that pick either one of them. Because pretty often they will pick one of them or even both of them anyway, so those teams are not the worst ones that I can meet. I don't know what I want to use against this team. Will it be time to go with Helicat again? My Helicat is in a support build or like in a stone skin build, not lethal or cool, so it's not gonna hit incredibly hard. Yeah, maybe I'll last pick Helicat. We will see what he does first. Okay, that's not the worst team at all. Let me think about it. It's very heavily force. Yeah, okay, let's just go with Helicat. I guess Helicat will be pretty good against this. I think he's probably going to ban my Python though, so I'm not gonna have any reviver, but maybe it's still doable. Actually, it's not that good matchup for me because I'm not gonna have any reviver and oh, he banned the Helicat. I wasn't expecting that, but he still has the UDK and Harima, so it will take me quite a long time before Rotos can do anything. But now that I still have Python, then I think maybe I can do it. It depends how much damage he has, but maybe I can just finish it with Staldos anyway. Actually, I should have just used A3 because the A3 is trash against the Harima passive anyway, so I shouldn't have saved it like I usually do against the judges that has Stone Skin and Whale Up. He doesn't have any turn meter boost or anything, and not that much CC outside of the Harima, so I think I can just survive for a few turns, then I should be able to beat this one. Okay, I'll show you the A3, but it's gonna do like 20 to 30k damage. The A2, oh yeah, never mind. He still has the UDK, I forgot about that. But yeah, I have explained it before as well, but if you're fighting against Harima teams with Rotos, if the Harima is alive and the passive isn't blocked, you should just do A1 and A2 and don't use the A3 at all. And then if the Harima happens to be dead or polymorphed or something, then during those times you could go for the A3, or then you just have to wait for it to die. It's not like Rotos A2 can still do decent amount of damage, but the A3 is just completely handicapped. Yeah, as the Rotos main, UDK has definitely been very big issue for me when it was released to the game. But I still, many people like really hate UDK and want it to be removed or nerfed and so on. But if they just introduce some kind of competent actual stone skin counters, because bombs and burns really aren't it, and well, burns are not viable, bombs are very specific situations and you need very specific champions to use them. They are not practical at all. But if there is some kind of actually practical ways to counter stone skin, it's not like it could be that UDK goes out of the meta if it happens. So if stone skin didn't exist, even with the passive, then UDK wouldn't really be that OP. But the issue is that it's the combination of stone skin and his passive. And we got the UDK tomorrow now, and it seems to be that it will be a kind of new way to counter stone skin, since it will go through it, and you could polymorph UDK on the first turn of the fight, or even like before your nukers go and so on. Okay, it's getting kind of close. I don't know if I'm able to finish this off or... Oh, never mind. Okay, it's good. Luckily, Staldos has pretty low cooldowns. I mean, that fight was close. It's not like I destroyed him, but barely I was able to do it with Staldos. Rotos really didn't do much at all in this fight. But this is probably on the easier side of the teams that I'm gonna meet in Gold 2, so... But yeah, I agree, UDK is very annoying. I mean, in a way I wish it didn't exist in the game, but I think the best way to deal with it is just that we need some kind of actual like gameplay and countering and so on, like strategy back into the game, which has disappeared like in the end of the last year when we got Taras and Maritska. But if there was just some kind of ways to actually counter it, then it's not like you will see everything with UDK. No champion should be the way that every single team is gonna use it no matter what. It used to be in the game that way, that you will see different types of defense teams, and then people would use different types of offense teams to counter them, and you wouldn't attack every single team with the same team like you do now. You would have to have different counters, and what that would do is that some people would attack specific teams, and then other people would not attack those teams, but they would attack some other teams that they could instead. And that gave people a lot more agency, and they were able to compete a lot better if they really put their mind and effort into it. And that's basically how I was able to do as well, because I was attacking very specific types of teams. And even if I couldn't beat all of the top teams, but I could beat some of them because there was ways to counter teams back then. So, and it made the game a lot more interesting and nuanced. He picked Cardiel. I kind of wanted to go with Cardiel, but I guess I should go with Python then. Even before Blessings, I think that was quite good while before I was making any videos, but wait, what do I want to do? I think most people don't even know it anymore. Like, you might know me as the guy who does live arena, or the guy who like came up with the Gala offense team. But in those days, I was known as like 1 or 2 years ago. I was, or like, yeah, 1 or 2 years ago, I was known either as the Wogot guy, who was always using Wogot in classic arena defense, or the guy that was using Go second Tranda offense team. And for instance, in those days, there was very interesting way that I could counter many of the top teams. And my offense team was basically Yoshi, Tranda, Serris and Necret. And it was a slow Go second team. Before Stoneskin it was in immunity and shield sets, and after that it was in Stoneskin. But I would let the enemy go before me, and then I would buff strip them, and then use Tranda A2. And back in those days, you will see a lot of stuff like Necret, for instance, in defense. And Tranda A2 first does a single target hit, and then it does the AoE. And if you kill something like Necret or Duchess on the first hit, then their passives won't apply at all. Like, if you do the A2 of Tranda on Necret, then Necret will die and nobody will get shield from the AoE and or the ally protection and so on. And the same with Duchess passive, that it mitigates the AoE damage, and the first hit is actually single target of Tranda A2, it's even coded that way, but then the damage afterwards is AoE, and that was a kind of way to cheese many teams, and it was actually able to beat many top teams. Now, I couldn't attack any teams with lockout, which you will see a lot back in those days, but even with my very specific weird team, I was able to beat some of the like total top teams that you could see in the game. And there was many other teams that you could use that were very like nuanced and specific, that were able to beat one type of team, even if they were like one of the best teams. And yeah, I wish we could go back into those times. Now it's just double Taras offense on auto and then Taras Marichka Sifi UDK defense, and that's it. But if they did change them, if they introduced counters to Stoneskin, we could definitely go back to that people would use all types of different teams in offense and defense, and there would be more strategy in this game. I can actually show quickly after this fight. I used to, like, I wasn't making any videos or public videos, but nice, we won it. I used to take videos just for myself, so that I could see the battle records in both offense and defense, and kind of have like history, so that I could use it to improve and come up with better strategies. Let's see if I can find some videos. But I actually have clips from like a long time ago, maybe like 2-3 years ago. I have almost every single reset video. It's just that the old ones are like hidden YouTube videos. But let me quickly show you one clip of the old Tranda strategy. You will definitely kind of be shocked if I show like arena reset from 2 years ago, that the kind of teams that people were using were a lot worse in those days. Even the top teams look very easy teams now if you compare it to current standards. Like, people have pulled a lot of shards in the last couple years, and the power creep has gotten way bigger than it used to be. I have a lot of videos, so it takes a bit of time to look through them. Okay, here is a like really old one, like 2 years ago. Let's go somewhere in the... Maybe see some harder fights in the end. Yeah, here you see, actually see them using Torment. Ah, damn, my internet sucks. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah, so first of all, this team looks like a very crappy team. Nobody would run something like this in defense nowadays, and I guess it wasn't really complete top team back in those days. But here is basically what I was running, which also looks like a meme team and not something that you will see anymore. Take into account that this is 2 years ago, so it's before Stone Skin, and I'm running like immunity sets in my team, which used to be meta back in those days. But this is basically a go second offense team that I let the enemy nuke my team, and I have everybody built very tanky. Even the like Service and Yossi, everybody is very tanky. Even the immunity champions are built in a tanky immunity set instead of like full speed and accuracy. And I just let them go first, and then I go with the Tranda A2. Oh, okay, never mind. In this one I went with A3. Sometimes it kind of depends on the situations, like if they didn't take a turn and I don't want to gamble on proccing reaction or something, I might open with A3. It kind of depends on the teams and the champions, but let me find you one fight where I can blow it up with the A2. And this is kind of relevant for now, because this is what I'm hoping that we will be able to do with the Wukong A2 as well. If I can find a target with low defense, or okay, not this type of team, not like a speed team, but something like a Ursuka team or something. You could do the same thing with Ursuka as well. If you hit Ursuka with the A2, then her passive will not proc at all, and they often had high HP and not maybe super high defense. And you could hit the enemy team very hard if you like debuff the Ursuka and blow it up with the A2. Ursuka used to be very meta back in those days, so I'm surprised that I can't find any Ursuka teams. Actually, was this... Maybe this video is so old that it was before Ursuka. It might be the case. Anyway, I guess I can't find a fight like that. I should have scored my old videos beforehand, but this is what I... Here you see me open with A2. Anyway, let's not waste too much time on that. But there was many other things that other people did, like I have talked about it before, that somebody was using resistance Guardian with Candy, and they were fighting lockout teams with that, and there were many people with their own unique offense teams and strategies that they were only using to snipe specific types of defense team on Classic Arena Reset. But now everybody has the exact same type of team, and there isn't really any counters to it, so it sucks. But it's kind of funny to look those old videos that, damn, people really had pretty bad champions and teams, even though they were very high rank, because people hadn't pulled as much shards back in those days. And also we haven't, like, we got many OP champions after that changed the game a lot. But you will see more speed teams, and you will see a lot of lockout teams, but you would also see those type of tanky teams with maybe like double reviver, Candy and Ursuka. Those types of teams at one point were like the best things and very meta as well. And they were the ones that I were mostly targeting with my Go Second Tranda team in those days. And that was very nice for me, because those teams were considered very good and people won with those teams. And not everybody was attacking those teams because they were so hard. But even though I weren't able to hit many other teams, but those teams I was able to hit with that team, and it felt very like validating and fun to be able to do something like that. I think I fought this guy before multiple times, unless I recall wrong. But I think UDK was a good champion. I just the combination with Stone Skin is kind of over the top with him, but I do like the idea of UDK. I guess I should go with UDK in this fight since he's gonna go with Rotos and Siphi. Should I go with the Helicat? The issue here is that my Helicat isn't in full damage build, so if he ends up actually banning the Helicat, which I don't think he's gonna, but if he would, then I would kind of lack damage to finish off this fight. Let's first pick Staldos and then we will see what he does. But I'm pretty sure he's still gonna ban the UDK, so maybe I can get away with going both Helicat and Staldos, even though the Helicat isn't built in full damage build. Or maybe if he picks a very offensive team and there's no second reviver, maybe I would be able to kill it with the... Oh, he picked Helicat, damn. I didn't want to pick Helicat because I wanted to see what he does first, but he went with the Helicat. Okay, that might not be very good for me actually. He might now ban the Duchess actually and not the UDK, I would think. Yeah, now my team is not very good at all against his, but I guess I'll go with the Mountain King then. Yeah, I think he bans the Duchess and not the UDK. He has enough damage anyway, and if I have no heals or revives, then he's basically, yeah, gonna whittle me down. There's definitely many ways to counter Helicat. I mean, you could use buff strippers, but then there's also many nukers that go through it, and you can just have enough tanky team and that it doesn't matter. So Helicat is pretty hard matchup for me, but if you early pick Helicat, it's not that hard at all for many people to counter him. Yeah, bro, this fight I think is lost. I don't think I can win it at this point. Or like, it was already lost in the pick and ban phase. Well, maybe if his Ragas got polymorphed, then maybe I could have won if that happened. I don't think I can have enough damage to kill this Siphi, but let's see if I can very quickly kill it, then maybe I still have a chance. Actually no, I need to like get cooldowns. Oh, actually, okay, I got cooldowns reduced with Mastery. I don't think that's enough, I still need to wait one turn, but I think after the one turn he's already gonna have the block damage back up. Yeah, if he gets the block damage now, then I'm just gonna leave the fight. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. My team just wasn't good against this, and I was kind of planning to go with Helicat, so that kind of messed me up. I should have just gone with it and not over thought about it, because I'm sure he doesn't know what I was planning to do. It's just if I go with, because I don't have like lockout or Zephyr or something that enemy is always gonna ban. So if I just go with Rotos and Helicat, they are always gonna ban Rotos, and I will not have enough damage to kill any teams with Helicat. Even that guy had basically 3 nukers in his team, but if I go with 2, I definitely will lack damage against almost any team. So it's pretty hard to use him, unless I use him mostly as a support champion and I have 2 other nukers as well. But if you're able to force a ban like with a lockout, then it's a lot easier to use Helicat. Or if you go first with Sifia and so on. But all of my teams are go second. I'm not fast and I don't really have those kind of speed setups, so... Maybe I should have just picked Kaimar against him. I haven't used Kaimar that much lately, even though I tend to have better results with him than my other options. Yeah, I should have just not picked UDK early, saved it as the last pick and maybe gone with Kaimar instead. If I didn't pick UDK, he might have picked UDK himself instead of Ragas, I think. Okay, another Helicat team. Well, I guess in this, I mean, he's gonna ban it, but that's fine. Like, if I pick Kaimar and Staltos now, he's definitely gonna ban the Kaimar, but I guess that's fine. Then, at least in this fight, I'm gonna have some heals and a revive, unlike in the last one. Damn. I really need to get some new champions though. We need to get more like new content with extra shards or something, because I feel like the amount of shards that we're getting is not enough. There's so many champions. Even if you pull out of legendaries, you might not pull a single relevant one, so it's a bit demotivating in this game to play it for years and not make any progression or even regress a bit, which I have definitely done in this last year since Taras and Mariska. I'm doing worse than I was doing 3 years ago when I was using like 2 epics in my classic arena defense. I think this team is beatable though. I guess, does he have 6-star polymorph? Oh, he does, yeah. Kaimar getting polymorph was kind of unfortunate, but he does have 6-star polymorph, so that makes sense. Not a big fan of the polymorph update. I mean, everybody knows that it was clear, like people were not buying enough soul stones, because you don't really need 6-star blessings for any other content other than arena, and even there it doesn't really matter unless you're really trying to compete at the top level. But 1-star polymorph was very good. Just getting 1 star on everybody was very significant, but now they have basically made it so that polymorph is almost not usable unless you have it at 6 star. So, but at 6 star it's still incredibly good. But that's basically almost the only reason to buy soul stones, like 6 star polymorph, and maybe same with bone armor, that it's like infinitely better at 6 star than otherwise. So maybe those are like the 2 things, and maybe temporal change if you use speed team. But basically the only reason is for like if you actually need 6 star blessings for top PvP, but for everything else using like low level blessings is totally fine. And if you just need low level blessings, meaning you don't need the tier 2 tokens, you get a lot of them, and you will easily get many of your key champions to 1 blessing or even 4 star blessing over time. Basically you can use as much of them as you want, because they are a lot more common. Basically, me too, I have pretty much everything that I care about at 4 star. I think my Necret isn't 4 star, but I have tokens to buy it. And after that, there's nothing that I need to upgrade to 4 star, and I only need the 5 to 6 upgrades, which you need tier 2 tokens, which you get very small amount. And I'm definitely not like, maybe somebody has made some math about how much money you need to spend to get 1 champion from 4 star to 6 star, but that must be a ridiculous amount of money. That doesn't come cheap. I mean, surely we're talking about like many thousands, so for 1 champion. Actually, I got very lucky today. I think I got like 20 something tier 2 tokens, so I think I had like 68 or so, like I've got super, I think I had 68 today, and then I got the rest of these, so I'm almost at 100, and I'm saving 300 so that I can upgrade my Duchess, which is going to be the second champion that I get to 6 star. The first one was Rotos. I wouldn't really recommend for most people to get nukers to 6. Getting them from 1 to 4 is perfectly fine, unless you really rely on one specific nuker that you use a lot, and you, especially if you use bone armor on him, because bone armor benefits from 6 star much more than any of the other nuker blessings. So maybe you could do it on Taras, for instance, but many people also just use 6 star polymorph on Taras anyway, and not bone armor, because he has like enough damage regardless of the blessing. And if you're not able to block his passives and so on, it's a lot harder to counter him. After the change to 6 star polymorph, or the lower level ones, a lot of people started using Ramandu in Classic Arena offense, which is very RNG heavy. Like, you're gonna get a lot losses with that team as well, but then the fights that you don't get unlucky, or the enemy isn't using a stone skin, you can get very fast fights with Ramandu. Kind of like the meta used to be a couple years ago, that mostly people were using some sort of buff stripper or even decreased defense against the enemy, and the fights were a lot faster than they are now. Now everybody is doing like 1 to 2 minute fights, and those are completely normal, but back in those days, 1 minute plus fight was a really bad one. You wanted to aim for like, I don't know, like 30-second to 1 minute fights, which was pretty like not impossible at all. Should I go with Helicat this time? Maybe I'll go with it, but I'll save it as the last pick. Maybe he's gonna go for... All of the options I'm thinking, Rotos, Helicat, UDK, they would all fit his team, so there's a good chance that he might go with some of them. He could even go with Rotos and Helicat. I think that would fit his team very well. And that would make it very hard for me because I'm running out of champions. Okay, nice, he didn't pick them. Oh, I guess his last champion is going to be Taras, and he's gonna have a very strong team. I guess we'll go with the Helicat. This is gonna be hard fight either way, but I might as well try to go with the Helicat team. I'm not gonna be using UDK then, and that means that he doesn't necessarily have to proc the Helicat counter attack, because he could just target champions that don't have block damage on them, but I'm not really using him as a main nuker now. I'm using him more as a support. Yeah, okay. I knew that he had Taras, and I guess he knew my champions as well, because otherwise he wouldn't pick Taras and Mariska as his last two. Imagine if he did that and then I picked them, then he would be totally screwed. But yeah, I don't think I can win against this team. It's pretty hard to do. Maybe if I get lucky. Even if I can kill some of his team, but he has the Mariska and Siphi combination, which I heavily struggle on killing. By the way, it's funny again that even though he has the Harima in his team, which is the biggest counter in game for Rotos, he still banned the Rotos and let me have the Stalus instead. Even though he's countering the Rotos already. Okay, that's not good. Do I want to go for the block damage even when Helicat is dead? I mean, Stalus is dead. Probably I do want to do it, so I guess Duchess can still get feared as well. Yeah, of course, both of them got feared, and Taras didn't get polymorphed or anything. Well, not that it matters. He doesn't have anybody in his team in polymorph. That's interesting, but yeah, he does have the life harvest, so my Stalus is not gonna have any HP after he gets revived. I guess the Sifi is fairly low HP, but I don't know if that even helps me in any way. Yeah, almost I'm able to kill the Sifi. If Helicat would have had defense buff there, the Sifi would have definitely died. Back to full HP. Nice. Yeah, that's so dumb, that's so dumb. Maybe I should have gone with Kaimar instead of Helicat and just hope that I would have interrupted him or something with the sleep. But yeah, it doesn't look like Staldos is gonna get hardly any turns, if any turns at all in this fight. And Helicat is definitely not gonna have the damage to finish him off. Should I just surrender already? It's a waste of time. No way I can kill this team. Yeah, let's just surrender. It's not winnable matchup. Maybe if he got polymorphed early on, then maybe I could have won, but at that point it was already too late. If I keep getting lucky with the Duchess and getting insane amount of tier 2 tokens or essence from Iron Twins, maybe I can get the Duchess to 6-star by the end of this year. Very, very unlikely, but it's still gonna take me many months regardless. I mean, so I need like 200 more tokens. Yeah, I think we got the blessings around 2 years ago, and I'm pretty much exactly halfway into my second 6-star, so it's like you're pretty much getting exactly 1.5 6-star champions per year. So full team of 6-star is gonna take you 3 years. Assuming that there is no new top champions in the game that changes the meta that you want to get instead, which is very unlikely that that wouldn't happen. I don't want to early pick Kaimar because that can go horribly wrong if he goes with Morto, so let's just go with this. Yeah, I wasn't impressed by the Helicat, and Helicat getting protected instead of Staltos wasn't good. Maybe I need to look up if I'm gonna use the support Helicat, maybe I can use some kind of build where he gets more HP and Staltos is protected instead of the Helicat. I think they have similar base HP, so it might be doable. Okay, would I want to ban? I guess charge it, yeah. Okay, this team looks kind of doable. Yeah, maybe I'm not gonna use Helicat that much today, and I'll try to make his HP a bit higher for next time, and I'm just gonna go with Kaimar instead today. I was using Kaimar a lot a couple weeks ago, and then I kind of stopped using him, even though I think he was probably working better than my other strategies. Okay, that was a long time where I didn't get any turns, but I think we should have it at this point. What? I mean, I guess that Kaimar didn't have a lot of defense, but I'm surprised that I hit 80k through the Harima passive. I was expecting to hit maybe like 40k, but not 80k. But yeah, I think we should have this fight. If he would have had a lockout champion, then this team could have been a lot harder for me, because I wouldn't have been able to ban the charged, but with the charged banned, I think, yeah, it's a pretty good opponent for me. I don't have a good way to deal with those charges if they are in a speed team. But a team like this isn't too hard. My team is tanky enough to deal with this. Yeah, I'm 600 or I don't know, 575 points off, but that's gonna be a long way to go. That's gonna be the hardest grind I have done in live arena. Like, the grind up to this point that was a lot easier, and now we get to the real hard times. But hopefully tomorrow and the next week I will have a lot of fun, and everybody else also will have a lot of fun playing with Wukong, since everybody is getting it. I'll try to go sleep today a bit earlier than normal, just so that I can have several hours next morning to play with him before Classic Arena reset. I really want to see if I can do better than average on the next reset. My plan is probably to build him as a support for the reset and try to counter Maritska or UDK teams with him and hitting them through Stone Skin and polymorphing them. But then later on that day in live arena, I'm gonna build him as a nuker then instead, and see if I can use Rotos and Wukong in every fight as my two main nukers. Okay, this is a pretty weird team, to be honest. I guess it's gonna be a speed team, but you didn't pick Siphi first. Wait, should I go with Arbiter? Let's try to screw with him and go with Arbiter. I'm pretty sure he would have picked Arbiter in this team. And I'm guessing that he doesn't have Siphi, since he already didn't pick Siphi, because a team like this is screaming a speed team. And if he had Siphi, then he would first pick it, because he wouldn't want to give me the opportunity to pick it. Yeah. I'm almost like 99% certain he would have used Arbiter if I didn't pick it. I think I should have easily this team. I mean, well, maybe easy is not the right word, because I still have to ban the Warlord. And let's say that he bans my Staldos, which would be smart if he does it. I don't know if he's gonna do it, but that's what he should. But then it will take me a long time to do any pressure or deal any damage to his team, but he might still ban the Rotos. Okay, he went with Arbiter. That's fine, I don't really care about Arbiter in this team, I just didn't want to let him have the Arbiter. He doesn't have speed aura either, so there's a chance that my Staldus might go before his Helicat, even if it's built pretty fast, but so is my Staldus and it's with a speed aura. My Staldus is 240 speed, so if he has like 260, okay, he has a fast Helicat. If he has like slower than 260 Helicat, then I would have gone first. But yeah, it was just in Stone Skin, and maybe it's not even in a damage build, but if it is, it's not gonna be super high damage and it's built for speed. I do only have one reviver, so it's not it's not impossible for him to kill my Duchess and then he would end this fight, but I think that Polymorph pretty much seals the deal. My Duchess may not be fast, but he does have bolster and high HP, so she can heal herself up to full, even without a second reviver in my team. That's kind of, well, it's not the only reason, it's also because I'm using her in classic arena defense, but I don't have a Siphi, I don't really have any heals or sustain, because often I don't pick 2 revivers, or very rarely do I do it. So having the heal from bolster helps me a lot to stay in the fights, but of course it has its downsides that many times when I'm fighting against Siphi teams, my Duchess just gets constantly slept and never gets any turns, but I think it's still better for me to play it this way on my account. But you could definitely build her a lot faster, even in bolster as well. But yeah, I definitely won the fight at this point. There's no way that he's gonna make a comeback. The Stone Skin on UDK is about to end, and soon I will actually be able to participate in the fight, and at that point it ends. You need to take into account that up till now basically my Rotos hasn't done anything because of the UDK. So when he's able to do something, then it's gonna be way different than it was up to this point. But yeah, maybe if I have both Wukong and Rotos in my team, and maybe I have Wukong as a nuker, maybe I have him as a support, but he might still be able to either way threaten those UDKs with his polymorph, so it will be very interesting after that. Yeah, it's almost 4 minutes into the fight, and finally the Stone Skin is about to end. But it's clearly built the right way, that it probably is base speed, or it only has very little speed from the gear, but it's basically like 97 speed or 107 speed. You definitely, if you build a Stone Skin UDK, you want to sacrifice even HP and defense for not having speed. Not for having more speed, but for having less speed you want to sacrifice other stats to accomplish it. kind of the same way like you will want to lose stats for reaction or revenge and so on. Many times for those utility things you might want to lose stats, or maybe on a support you will you can even afford to lose HP, defense, or speed in order to get less attack, so that enemy Tara's A2s are not gonna have this 0.7 multiplier, but they are only gonna do the half of the damage if the Taras is higher attack than your support champion. But in many situations it's optimal to actually lose stats for all kinds of different reasons. Or to have the... I guess the most basic thing is that the sets make a huge difference, and having a support in bolster with less stats is generally way better than having it in broken sets or HP sets or whatever you have on your account. But all of these still pales in comparison to the champion, so in the end there isn't that much agency in the modern meta. I mean, of course champions have always mattered and always made a huge difference, but it's a bit different right now. Before, Taras and Maritzka used to always complain about lockout, and I still think that lockout was kind of stupid mechanic and they should have never implemented it into the game in the first place, but they should definitely nerf both Warlord and Yumeko. But in the current state of the game you wouldn't be able to deal with many things without them, so... But I think if we are realistic about things, the best thing that we can really hope for is not for them to balance the game, but hope for them to release new broken champions, and maybe some of them are free champions that everybody gets, or maybe you get lucky and you pull the next champion that is like extra OP, it's even more OP than Taras and Maritzka, and it happens to be a counter against them, so that's your chance to get ahead in this game. Or alternatively, like spend I don't know, $30,000 in the 10x of the new top champions. It's up to you what you want to do. And even then you might still not get the specific champion that you want. I mean, my team is kind of low HP and it's very long in the fight, but he could probably just kill my Duchess with 1A2 at the right time, since I have kind of been a bit more, maybe too aggressive, and I have been protecting my Nukers instead of Duchess with Necret, just so that I could end the fight faster, but maybe I can still lose at this point. If I get one more protection on Duchess, then I'm surely gonna top her up, but right now it's not looking too good. Okay, yeah, that happened, but maybe I can still... Okay, not good. Maybe that's it. Yeah, okay. Damn, okay, I should have played it safe. I knew I made a mistake there. I should have just protected the Duchess and not protected Staldos with the Necret. that was my mistake. I was worn down by the long fight and I just wanted to end it, and I played bad. And that's one of the easier opponents that I'm gonna get for sure today. doing live arena for 2 hours is definitely like sometimes I get a bit mentally strained, and I'm not really try-harding the fights anymore, especially when you have many of those long 10-minute fights and you're just clicking the turns and trying to move on. By the way, here's the interesting statistics. I really would want to know what is the highest rated employee of Plarium in live arena. Like, do they have anybody that is actually playing this game mode? And I'm sure they have, but what points are they? Like, are we talking about like 900 points, 1000 points? I would seriously doubt that any of them have played this game mode all the way to gold. Like, I would be super shocked, but my point is that this game mode is incredibly time consuming. I really don't think they understand how time consuming this game mode is. Okay, he picked Necret and UDK. What is he planning to do? I guess he knows that I'm gonna use Rotos, and maybe he's still gonna use something like Charge It. I don't know what he's thinking. Let's go with Cardiel. I'm kind of thinking he's gonna use Charge It in his team. Well, maybe he doesn't pick it now since I went with Cardiel. But yeah, I need to focus, because if I lose fights for stupid mistakes, and then the next fight is like super team that I have no chance in beating against, I'm just making this a lot harder for myself and making it last longer than it has to last. Okay, this doesn't look like a horrible team. This is totally winnable, so yay. I mean, I guess I can lose to this one as well, but it's definitely not the worst possible team. Should I just go with double Reviver and Stylus, or should I go with Kaimar? Maybe go with Ukko instead. Yeah, let's go with Ukko. He doesn't have a lot of polymorph in his team, and probably he has Bolster and Necret, but after the Bolster ends, then okay, he went with Mortal. Having the block buffs against his team would be pretty good. Sometimes those Elvas are pretty annoying, and my Stylus isn't able to kill them because he doesn't have enough damage and they keep healing so much that eventually I lose. Yeah, so he has Bolster. If I do the A2 now, it's not gonna place block damage, so there's no reason to do it. But I guess I pretty much have 3 Revivers in my team, so my team is pretty tanky. I mean, Ukko and Cardiel are definitely squishy enough that Candy can one-shot them with AoE nuke. But Duchess is definitely gonna survive that, and they do have heals as well and revives, so probably I can stay in this fight for a very long time. And yeah, both of them are gonna add a little bit of extra damage to Stardust as well, like Cardiel with the ally attack and Ukko with the buff strip, so... Oh, I got Polymorph, didn't he? Yeah, he has just... Yeah, just UDKs in Polymorph, nobody else. That's kind of the reason why I went with Ukko, because I saw that he's not using a lot of Polymorph. Which I see a lot more nowadays. Often you will find teams that have no or very little Polymorph, because because they're using like Life Harvest, and those champions don't have enough accuracy to use Polymorph without the 6-star version. Nice. Frostbite is always nice when it procs. In case anybody is confused, that's the 2-piece Frostbite set on Cardiel that procs. Yeah, this is pretty long-winded fight, but I think, unlike the last one, there's a lot less rooms for mistakes here, and he has Candy, who has extra hard time killing Duchess with his affinity, so maybe I can't screw this one up. Getting 2 easier fights in a row and losing both of them would be very demotivating. Definitely my Stardust is still struggling with his damage, so Ragas will definitely be preferable to this. Even if Stardust has more, has 2 AoE nukes and Ragas only has 1, but his hits way harder, so... And he has better affinity too, but that doesn't matter in this specific fight though. If I had Candy, I think it's very likely that... Or that I'm almost certain that I would use him over Stardust and it would be a lot better. But I don't have one, so I can't say for sure. I mean, I'm sure, but I don't want to like say it without actually doing it in practice. Candy used to be considered a lot better than Rotos at one point, like maybe like 2 years ago to 3 years ago. In that time period, Candy was definitely superior to Rotos, and I've been at that time Candy was definitely my most wanted champion, and I have been wanting to get him for a very long time, but for some reason Candy is just eluding me. But at this point Harima is a lot better anyway, so of course I would rather have Harima than Candy, but since I guess I have the history of not getting Candy in many years, so you never know what's gonna happen. At least I'm getting a lot more shards because I get those 1000 games every week from the content creator program. So maybe those games would help me to get Candy or Ragas or Ramanto at some point. I'm really hoping that they will, but even if they don't, I mean it's basically 10 extra ancient shards every week, which is very nice, but it's not gonna like that's not gonna shatter the earth and guarantee me a good champion. But that's definitely better than not having them. So originally my main reason for making videos, or like I mentioned earlier in this video, I used to take my classic arena resets as video, but they were private videos just for me and my clanmates. And basically originally my plan was that because a couple of those hidden videos got pretty popular and they had a lot of views, even though I didn't share them anywhere except in like Discord to friends, and they weren't public. And I was thinking that if I can just post those videos and get 1000 games every week, that will be like the most try-hard free-to-play way to play this game. And I wasn't really planning to actually make videos, but yeah, that was my original plan, to just do it for the games. I'm sure many other content creators in Raid thought about it the same way, but I don't know if they want to admit that that was their original plan. Or maybe the current plan as well, I guess. It's definitely not enough to make the difference in like top platinum arena against the top accounts that spend a lot, but it's a lot better than not getting them. I definitely could have a lot harder time as well if I wasn't getting those games, but I haven't gotten them that long. It's only a couple months. I mean, I only started making videos really in like February, and then it took several months before I got into the CC program, so maybe I have gotten like I don't know, maybe 3 months, something like that. 2-3 months I think I've been in it. Maybe not even 3. Again, we got Arix team. I think in the last video I fought one Arix team as well. Should I go with second reviver or Kaimar? Let's go with Kaimar, yeah. I think if I... Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's just do this. I could maybe even lose this fight. Even though his team looks kind of weird and bad, but I have pretty bad matchup against all of the champions in his team except Arix, so this might not even be easy at all. I mean, he's almost same points as me, so he's not at the total bottom of gold 2. He's definitely past dropping in between gold 1 and gold 2. What? Did he possibly misclick there? I don't know what happened, but he does have UDK and Harima passive, so it's not like I can take advantage of this with Staldos, I mean with Rodos, but maybe Staldos can. Well, okay, I guess he's not... It's not like he can kill anybody because he's gonna weak hit on Helicat and Harima has bone armor, so I guess it's not that big deal. But I'm pretty sure he probably misclicked there. I think he should have... I think he meant to use the A3 and not the A2. Yeah, the Arix A2 is also AoE like the A1, with a little bit higher multiplier, and it also has a chance to stun the enemies, so that's what got me there. Come on, at least let me win this fight. I've been losing the top teams and then those like free-to-play teams, so I don't want to lose this fight as well. To be honest, this fight kind of looks harder than the one fight that I lost against. So who does he have on polymorph? Only UDK, and I guess that's the worst one because I can always get polymorph, but not until the stone skin runs out. Yeah, this is not looking too good if I get destroyed by this team, but honestly I was kind of expecting it to happen because I knew that this was gonna be a horrible matchup for me. Maybe if I can pull off a revive on Duchess, but it might be hard to get the chance to do it. I don't know if I'm just gonna die to it or if I'm gonna get stunned by Arix instead. Well, at least Stone Skin is over, so maybe if Protoss doesn't get terrible RNG with or I guess if Protoss gets lucky with the crits, then maybe there's still a chance, or maybe not. It looks pretty bad. Okay, Arix got polymorphed. I guess that's something. Okay, it's over. I really needed the Harima to get polymorphed and not the Arix, to be honest. I guess he could still get polymorphed though. Maybe okay. I got polymorphed. Yeah, okay, it's over. No way I can survive that many turns to get the Duchess revive back. Yeah, I knew that this was gonna be a hard team for me. Even though it looks like a very bad team, but I don't have the right champions for this one. If I just had Georgit and Arbiter, those champions could like easily two-man this. You wouldn't even need 4 champions if you just had Georgit and Arbiter. Or maybe like a Baron and Arbiter, but Georgit will definitely be better. Well, Baron could go through the block damage with the AoE nuke instead of the single target of Georgit, but Georgit could just kill the UDK with the A3 and then kill everybody else with the A2. But yeah, I knew I was gonna lose that one. Wait, did he have the last pick or me? I should have had more to against him, but I think he probably had the last pick. Maybe I actually... If I had the last pick, then I should have just picked Mortu and Rotos and let him have the Warlord and ban the Harima instead, but that would have been the right play, but I think he had the last pick and not me. Otherwise, if I did that, then I could have been able to win. Okay, maybe we will go with Ronda and Staldos this time, yeah. And let's go with Arbiter as well, to pair with Ronda. I don't know. I don't know if I'm even able to get Quintus by the end of this year. Like, who knows? The progression has gotten so slow in the last month that I don't know if maybe even in this year 4K isn't realistic. Who knows? Yeah, Kaimar would be nice, but it's too late to do that at this point. I don't know, I guess I could consider Mountain King. Do I want to go with Mountain King? I could, yeah, Mountain King is usable in this fight, so I guess, yeah, let's go with Ronda and Mountain King. Let's see what he does. I'm probably gonna ban the UDK, depending what his last pick is, but yeah, I'm gonna ban the UDK. He has Soul Reaper on Helicat, so clearly it's gonna be full damage build. And not in 2-piece Stone Skin, I assume. Well, yeah, we will see, but it will be kind of weird if it was, but since he isn't picking any Reviver in his team, maybe it actually is in 2-piece Stone Skin. Otherwise it's insanely risky to use a team like this. I mean, 4-piece Stone Skin, 4-piece Stone Skin. Okay, it's not, yeah. If my Mountain King were to go before, okay, it doesn't go. If he were to go before the Kaimar, then I could have probably just one-shot him. Damn, I forgot that in this team, of course, Mountain King isn't gonna be protected. I guess I should gamble and go 8-2 on the Helicat, but it might weak it, or it might proc reaction, but let's see how it goes. Okay, I think that's pretty much over at this point. I mean, this isn't the most scariest team at all, so winning this fight is nothing to write home about. I'm pretty impressed that he's at in gold 2 with this team, to be honest. Maybe I picked many of his champions. Maybe he was planning to use Duchess, Nakarada or Arbiter or something, because his team looks very unusual without any revivers and so on. But that definitely happens to me all the time as well, that enemy happens to pick half of my main champions. Okay, I got time to do maybe 1 or 2 more fights, so let's make it count and win both of them. I guess I've had kind of okay. I mean, I've been winning more than losing, but I really needed to. I should have used different way, but this team, well, the matchup was favoring him, but I should have used a different team and somehow been able to win against this. But then which fight was it? Was it this fight? Yeah, this fight I just screwed it up, and if I just protected Duchess with Nakarada A3, I would have been good. And basically I'm just hurting myself. I'm shooting myself in the own foot for not paying attention. Okay, we fought against this guy before. I don't recall what he was using, but I definitely lost that fight. Oh, okay. Harry managed it well. That makes sense why I lost this one. Was this the fight where they used Helicat when I was planning to use it? I really don't remember what team he was using, so that's not good. I can't really think ahead. Honestly, even with Taras, oh yeah, he went with Helicat. Even with Taras and Marichka, if they didn't release UDK and Harima in the game, I would do fairly good, but with all of those things put together, I'm in not a good place anymore. Okay, if I go with this now and he bans my dodges, then I have like no protection at all in my team. And he has 2 6-star polymorphs, so maybe I don't want to do it anyway. Let's just go with Python instead. But I may not even have the damage to kill this team, even if I survive it for a bit. This avatar is so weird looking. I wish that some of these weird avatar, when there is some random face, they should have some kind of explanation to these things or some kind of lore, but they just put some random pictures and they, like my avatar too, like I guess that one is at least a new champion, even though it's like nobody uses it, but they should have some kind of explanations to all of these avatars instead of just random images. I mean, this fight kind of looks winnable. His team doesn't have that much damage with just one Helicat as his nuker. I mean, neither does mine with Staldus, but I mean, his revivers kind of look tanky, to be honest, for a Siphian Arbiter too, but I guess we just have to try and see. He didn't want to open with the AoE buff strip, and I guess he's maybe hoping for me to use the Python A2 first, but of course I'm just gonna hold on to it until the Ramonda uses the A3. What is he doing? He's just spamming A1 and A2. This might be a very long fight. Maybe I don't have time to do a second won today. Maybe this is gonna be the last fight. Okay, now he finally used it. I don't know what he was doing. Like, I guess he can put the skills on cooldown with the A1, but was he really going for that, or was he just hoping that I would waste a AoE cleanse? I don't understand. But we both have plenty of heals and survivability and not a lot of damage, so this is gonna be a weird fight. I mean, honestly, I would want to... I wanted to pick Karmar in this one, but he has both Helicat and Siphi in 6-star polymorph, so I'm sure that wouldn't have worked out. I think I'm still gonna win this though. Surely it's gonna be 3 points for me. I mean, it hasn't been incredible session now, so I definitely don't want to surrender or screw up or do anything to waste any opportunity that I have to win. Okay, he didn't want to do the long fight. Yeah, I think that's basically what I was thinking as well. I think that would have been a very long fight just because of the teams that we picked. And either I would have won or nobody would have won, but I really doubt that he would have been able to kill my team with his setup, but maybe even I wouldn't have been able to win either, so I'm happy that he gave it up. Now we can do one more fight and maybe get an actual win this time. Come on, give us easy opponent, no Taras or Arix as the last fight. It's been hard enough, even though I really have met quite easy or palatable teams for me, and I still haven't won against... Okay, well, that's not... I mean, this is gonna be probably fast fight, and he's gonna pick something like Georgit, and this is gonna be kind of sudden death, that either I win fast or then I'm gonna lose, but maybe I will have a chance against this one. Probably I will either use Kaimar or Cardial as my last champion and then use Staldos. Oh, okay. Both Baron and Georgit, that's not good for me. Wait. Should I go with Mortu and ban the Georgit? Can I win the fight that way? It kind of depends what he... If he goes with Siphi, then probably not. Yeah, I won't have enough damage if he just does A1s or waits out until the stone skin ends on Mortu. Yeah, maybe I can't go with Mortu. I really want to do it, but I don't think that makes sense. It's too risky. But yeah, let's go with Staldos and Kaimar, I think. Yeah, let's go with those. I definitely can't survive the assaults from both Baron and Georgit. I can't even survive one of them, so either I need to cut in or get the Cardial revive on death, but cutting in with Kaimar sleep is a better option. Maybe my fast Staldos build can surprise him and grant me a win. Maybe Necret wasn't even good option in this fight. Maybe I should have had both Kaimar and Ukko. And then it would be likely that I would have got in. Okay, if he does A3 on Staldus now and he dies, then I'm pretty much lost, I think. There's no comeback from this. If he would have made a mistake and hit somebody else, then I might have been able to make a comeback, but I think it's over now. Oh, nice. But yeah, he's basically doing the same thing as with UDK with the, what's it called, Emic Drunkheart, whatever its name is. I think it's Emic Drunkheart, but Rotos is not gonna do anything right now. Staldus would have been able to just
charge complete,
nuke through it, but he's dead, so unlikely that I will get another or like one turn on Staldus even if I pull off a revive, so yeah, this is kind of issue with Rotos. Yeah, I think he has the AoE nuke. No, okay, he didn't. I was gonna say that I think he maybe already has it back with the cooldown reduction on the Trunk Heart and the extra turn, but I guess he's one turn off from it. Damn, I'm not even gonna be able to get the protection on Staldus anymore. But if I go before the... Okay, good. Can I still win this? I don't think so. Damn, if the Arbiter died there, then maybe yeah, but I think it's too late. Does he have turn meter protection? Turn meter protection. Does he have turn meter boost or not? Is the question. Okay, never mind. Maybe I win this. I guess it's fine now. Even if he gets... Okay, never mind. Never mind. I was getting too happy too early. I thought he didn't have the Baron AoE nuke, but I guess he did. That's a loss. Yeah, not very impressive battle record today, but it hasn't been that way for a while. These teams that I'm losing to are not even the, like, I guess this team is one of those teams, but none of those other teams were incredible. They were definitely on the easier side of for me, but even against them, even against this team I lost to, so not a good day. This fight was definitely my fault. Even with these matchups I definitely would have won it if I just protected the Duchess, but some of these other ones, I mean, this one I knew that I was gonna lose when I saw the picks, but on paper his team isn't very intimidating, so I wish I could have been able to do something against that. Yeah, actually, yeah, maybe this team is actually pretty good, yeah. I was gonna say that even this team is pretty mediocre, but it's not really. Yeah. I mean, I guess it was a lot of Harima and, yeah, a lot of Harima today. Maybe you can get some ideas not from my teams, but from the enemy teams. I think we saw a lot of Harima and, of course, Siphi, and then a good amount of Helicat as well. I was using it and some of my enemies were using it as well. Anyway, that's it for today's video and see ya.